Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the new legendary creatures from Final Fantasy. Leading today's deck is one of the most fun villains from Final Fantasy V, Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Gilgamesh Master at Arms is a 6-mana 6/6 legendary human samurai. Whenever he enters or attacks, we look at the top 6 cards of our library. We may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest of the cards on the bottom of our library in a random order. When we put one or more equipment cards onto the battlefield this way, we may attach one of them to a samurai we control. I love the idea of swinging out and not knowing what equipment we'll be connecting with. But I did want to ensure that the equipment we have in the deck does more than just damage our opponents. Now, I could have gone for a deck that creates multiple combats, but I didn't want to. I wanted something a bit more chaotic and silly, just like Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is the type of enemy you encounter more than once. You fight him in Final Fantasy V after escaping the main villain's castle, in an epic battle at the Big Bridge. You then fight him a couple more times as the game goes on. Now, one of the things that makes Final Fantasy XIV so much fun is that Yoshi P takes inspiration and characters from all the other Final Fantasy games. And part of the Hildebrand Adventures, an optional series of very silly quests, we get to fight Gilgamesh over and over again. In fact, Gilgamesh even recruits monsters from Final Fantasy VI to defeat us. Imagine my surprise when a bad guy from Final Fantasy V appeared in Final Fantasy XIV and then pulled a pair of villains from Final Fantasy VI because he couldn't finish the job himself. Ridiculous, but also fun. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. In addition to deck boxes and sleeves, Ultimate Guard also makes this beautiful mat pod. My issue with pods has always been the shape. I keep expecting them to roll off the table. But this one, with its ingenious shape, doesn't roll, at least very far. If you're tired of your mats getting damaged when they're stuffed into your backpack, consider picking up a mat pod from your local game store, or click on the link down below to visit Ultimate Guard's Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we've got Rogue's Passage, War Room, Valakut the Molten Pinnacle, Arena of Glory, Scavenger Grounds, and 31 Mountains. Pretty straightforward. Our mana ramp package consists of Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, Sword of Feast and Famine, the Reaver Cleaver, Gold Vein Pick, Diamond Pickaxe, Explorer's Scope, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Worn Power Stone, Thrawn Dynamo, Throne of Eldraine, Gilded Lotus, Solemn Simulacrum, Descent into Avernus, and Ruby Medallion. Mostly some traditional mana rocks, but also a lot of thematic equipment to help us get more lands, untap our lands, or create treasure tokens. For card advantage, we've got Buster Sword, Mask of Memory, Rogue's Gloves, Infiltration Lens, Zephyr Boots, Thrill of Possibility, Big Score, Demand Answers, Koth Fire of Resistance, Chandra Torch of Defiance, and Outpost Siege. Wait a minute, Danon, how is Koth card advantage? I mean, I see how Chandra is. She exiles a card off the top of our library and we can cast it. But Koth just searches for mountains. Isn't that a form of ramp? This is one of those gray areas where people will argue, but allow me to explain my perspective. Because Koth doesn't put the land directly into play, but instead puts it into our hand, I consider that to be card advantage. Maybe we need a card to pitch to big score, or maybe we want to make sure we don't miss a land drop. Regardless, to me, this is more of a card advantage thing than a ramp thing, but I can see arguments for both. Our interaction and spot removal consists of Chaos Warp, Abrade, Pillage, Vandal Blast, Untimely Malfunction, Tybalt's Trickery, Return the Favor, Red Elemental Blast, Pyroblast, and Bolt Bend. Lots of ways to get rid of annoying permanents or even to stop a counterspell. For board wipes, we've got Blasphemous Act, Delayed Blast Fireball, and Chandra's Ignition. Simple and straightforward. The core of our deck consists of Thrawn Power Suit, Blackblade Reforged, Hammer of Nazan, Tenza Godot's Maul, Basilisk Collar, Hero's Blade, Trailblazer's Boots, Excalibur Sword of Eden, Loxodon Warhammer, Chainsaw, Shadow Spear, and Embercleave. For protection and support, we've got Brass Squire, Swiftfoot Boots, Commander's Plate, Mithril Coat, Unleash Fury, Magnetic Theft, Champion's Helm, and Darksteel Plate. Lots of ways to protect our commander, but also some shenanigans. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 55 mana sources split between 36 lands and 19 pieces of ramp. A little heavy, but some of our equipment is expensive, so it's fine. 11 pieces of card advantage, 10 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, no sudden I win cards, but lots of ways to end our opponents out of nowhere. It is possible to suddenly deal 21 commander damage out of nowhere with our commander. If we flip over Excalibur with Embercleave already attached to our commander, we would obliterate an opponent. Gilgamesh has 6 power, so we probably don't even need something extreme like Excalibur. Now, some of you are probably wondering why I didn't include any other samurai. Well, the answer is there weren't any mono-red samurai that I liked more than equipment. Yes, we're all in on our commander without a backup plan. After all, Gilgamesh's backup plan was just to run away, which is exactly what we'll do, if necessary. Which Final Fantasy commander are you most excited about? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Nanan. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgi, Nazwin, Conga, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Ernesto, and Midge. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.